Now we have learned how to insert data using PHP myadmin command prompt and exactly understand how to write an insert query. Now is the time to insert data through PHP pages. Let's do it now. As we are going to deal with MySQL, so first thing we need is connection to MySQL. We need to connect to database as well as select the database we want to work with. Instead making a connection, we can use our separate connection file we created in a previous training session. We can require that file whenever and wherever we need MySQL connection. So let's just require _once our connection file. Now we have the connection established and ready to use it for execution of queries. Here we just need one more thing, and that is MySQL_query, and then parentheses, and between parentheses and double or single quotes we'll write the same insert query we learned before. MySQL_query is a special command issued for MySQL to execute a query. We'll just provide it. You can format this as you like, but just keep in mind that your syntax should be correct. So let's write the query here. Insert into users values, and you can see that this is same query we have been writing in PHP myadmin. Let's try this in our browser and run this script. You can see we get no errors. The query has been run and it's perfectly fine. Now let's put some dummy data for only one column, that's name, and put a dummy name, and that's stone cold. We missed the table name. Let's put the table name users and get back to the browser, refresh, and now it must have inserted one record. And you can see another record with our dummy data has been inserted. We can of course insert data in more than one column. Let's do this for username and give this a dummy value stone132 and another field password. And value for this, let's just put A, B, C, D, E, F for now. You can see we keep the sequence for columns and values as well as data type in consideration for the values we want to insert according to the type we set for columns. Let's run our script one more time and get back to the PHP myadmin and browse the users table again, and you can see all of our dummy data has been inserted in the relevant columns. This is how we write insert query within PHP and execute it. But right now when our query executes successfully, we don't get any indication about this within our browser. So let's give our website users a success message when their data is saved in database successfully. So just put this query within a variable, create a conditional statement. If this query executes successfully, echo a record inserted successfully. Otherwise, echo record was not inserted. This will show the message either query executes successfully or not. Let's get back to our PHP page and run the script again. Here we go, success message. So now the user would know that the record he submitted has been inserted successfully. Now we have a fully developed script which is capable of inserting the data into the users table. But still, this code is inserting the hard-coded values into the table. We need script.code that can grab the form data a user inputs through our site and insert it into the users table. To serve this, we need a form on our site. Let's say we are going to create a user registration form. Let's create a form quickly in a new file and name it form.php. We'll submit this form data on our page, that is insert.php file we just created, which has the whole script to insert data into the table. So here we have our form created. This is really a simple HTML form, no too much technicalities at all. Let's check this out in in our browser. Here you can see the form that visitors of our site are going to fill and submit to get registered with us. Don't get confused yourself by user visiting and registering. The real thing behind the scene is as simple as just submitting the form data on a file named insert.php. Let's try to register one user. Let's put some dummy data in all fields. I am not going to sanitize this data right now, as we have already studied about sanitizing data in detail, and you can watch one of our previous video tutorials of this course in which I discussed sanitizing the form data in detail. So today I just want to demonstrate form data submission to database, and I am not going into sanitizing this data again. So now we have provided some dummy data in our form. Just try to submit it. Here you can see the success message. This is because our form submitted data on insert.php and took us to that page. But what happened here? The script which was written and hard-coded executed, and this execution of script has no any relation with our form submission. We need to make a relation between our code and form data. Let's go to the users table and see what script inserted. And of course you can see previously hard-coded data inserted one more time. Now we'll grab the form data and insert that into our table. So let's first grab the form data. So first of all, create a conditional statement if the form submitted, as we don't want this script to generate any errors. So if the form has been submitted, then and only then extract. I'm going to use the extract function. What this function will do is it will grab all the keys and will make each of them a variable and will assign their relevant values to them. So just use extract and put the whole $_post super global array into it. Now we want this insert query executed only if the form has been submitted. So we need to bring this query along with its output within this conditional statement. Let's cut it from here and bring it within this conditional statement. Now the only thing is remaining to replace the hard-coded data with actual data our user will submit, and we stored it in variable we just extracted from $_post array. Now go ahead and change hard-coded stone cold with $name, stone132 with $username, and abcdef with $password variables. Just try to take care of the data type of the values you supply. So we need to put single quotes around these variables to make their type string. So here we are. We have successfully converted our hard-coded script into a fully dynamic script now. What's this gonna do? It'll grab the form data and fit it into the insert query. Execute the query, and if query executes successfully, it'll show us a success message, otherwise a failure message. Now it's time to run our code. Let's get back to the user's registration form, refresh it, put some dummy data here again, and hit register button. Here we go. You can see the message record inserted successfully. This success message is the real one now and is the result of the form submission. The script executed only when the form was submitted and tried to execute the insert query, putting the data we just submitted through the registration form, and on successful query execution it displayed the success message. Let's browse the users table to verify, and here you can see the data we just registered with has been stored. So now we have successfully developed a code which is facilitating our website visitors register with us. I feel there is one thing that might confuse you, and that is the extract function I used. Although it makes our work a whole lot easier, but let's do it in another way. Let's just grab the data from our form in a way that might look little bit more realistic. So just call all the values from $_post one by one by mentioning the keys within the square brackets and assign these to our own defined variables. Now I am sure it's pretty much clear to you. Let's get back to the browser again and check if everything is fine. Go to the form and put dummy data here again. Hit register and there we go, record inserted successfully. Just check the users table to make sure everything was stored, and here we have our new data. So this is all for today's session. I recommend you try to insert data in different tables for different columns and repeat the process as many times as you can. See you on day 12 with new ventures. Take care.